Alright guys, hello, welcome to Edutainment for Us. Today we've been unlucky, we've not managed to do a video daytime because of so many things. But of course I've posted a video for class, for those who are waiting for the vices in Fathers of Nations. Welcome once more to Edutainment for Us. But for now we are coming to the social reaction. We are shorter one than expected. Of course, we normally take 1 hour, but I believe in this one will take 30 minutes so that we can again go to the political reaction. I've spent a lot of time without reacting, and that there are a lot of matters that are really heaping up. So in the social reaction, what do we say? Of course, there's a lot of things happening. I saw a lot of people turning out to the horse that turned aggressive to MARWA. Of course, this is something you have reacted to before. Because when you rear animals, I think it's normally important, even when you're rearing cows or cattle, to really be careful about behavior they exhibit. If they turn aggressive, it is very important that you do what we call culling. Culling allows you to let the cows that are not productive, aggressive, or not very essential for you to get out of your farm, so that you start again with the very beneficial ones that are going to be profitable to you, and they're also very related, or rather essential towards whatever agricultural business you're doing. Berita Viral Channel, welcome. Thank you so much from Indonesia. Thank you for showing up, and thank you for the like. So, what am I saying here? Actually, as a farmer, you need to be careful about the kind of animals you rear. Let's say even from the chicken, from the ducks, from the geese, let's say turkey, peacocks, and any other kind of farm animals that you rear. We learned that in animal husbandry as a topic in Form 4 agriculture. Some people may not actually learn it. Hello, Mr. Fruity Money, welcome. But what matters is, how are you going to really be careful about the kind of animals you have? Because when I saw that video yesterday, some people commenting, I didn't actually watch the video, I don't want to lie, but I saw Karoti having done something on that, and I also saw on trending. And I was like, I once did a reaction when the horses were aggressive against the workers. Of course, one of the horses just had to bite a worker, and Maro was asking, under laughter to one of the workers whether this is, something just to really be very serious about. And he never, after that, we never saw any action, because one of the workers told MARWA that the horse had beaten the worker even before. And now it had done it again. It had torn his clothes. And MARWA just said, "Is this real? Is this what happened?" And I looked at it, I was like, "Are you serious?" Because when workers are in your home and a bull even hits them, you are supposed to take them to hospital so that they are treated. And for the case of horse, I believe they are just in the same class as donkeys, and you need to actually take them to get some injection for tetanus, I believe. Yeah, that was Max, indeed. That was Max. Now, yesterday when I saw that video, the presentation from Caro and on trending, I didn't make it to go check on the video fully, because I watched the video where MARWA is really collecting a lot of money for this guy, OGUTU. Is it even collecting for OGUTU or for himself? I don't know what to say about it, because what we understand about this charity work in Nyabohanse, somebody collects a lot of money in the name of helping another, but at the end of the day, what they are just simply doing is collecting for themselves, right? Yeah. So actually, MARWA came out to appeal to the people to help. Hey, my bundles I should have bought before this. What is this now? So I need to go back and buy. Monica Kimani, hello. Let me just buy this before I can continue. All right, let's proceed. I don't know. This is you know, a disappointment. You start a video, then I think I was loading a video, that's why I bought the bundles I normally do every now and then when I'm doing a presentation. But then unfortunately, I didn't remember that I was also loading another video for the classwork. So anyway, let's proceed. So Max was beaten by MARWA's horse. You remember? Is it the ladybird horse? And MARWA didn't take it as a very big issue. Now I was surprised when he was kind of attacked, and I saw some, responses, people reacting to it. I may not talk much about it because I saw it and have been indicating what has happened to him. I was like, you are raising alarm when it has come to your time, but when the workers were talking about it, you just kind of ignored. But anyway, it is what it is. They always say, that beggars have no choices to make. So why are we even talking about it? So let's now come to the OGUTU situation. OGUTU's situation has actually attracted MARWA to tell us that he is no longer retired from building people's houses. He is reminding the subscribers plus the donators plus everybody else that he is going to be constructing at least one house every year. And I'm like, MARWA, you are able to build a house in 23 days. Why can't you do more? Because I would actually think that if you are able to collect several thousands from, as you have told us, when he was at the parking, he told people that he can even collect as much as $2 million US. But he doesn't want to take advantage of that. I was that, you said long ago that that's charity. And therefore, if it's charity, and we have so many poor people in Nyabohanse, continue collecting and help them. Improve the world. You said you want to change Nyabohanse, the face of Nyabohanse. And when I look around, there are so many desperate people there. Only join forces with Gintu. I don't know whether that can happen. Hey, I don't know whether that can happen, but MARWA once said in a ceremony at the grandmother to Brian, that that's exactly what should happen. And so I'm waiting because I know MARWA actually is the role model in Nyabohanse. I'm waiting for the day when he will be collaborating with Masuba. I can see finally, not Masuba by Max One. I've seen Max One finally is now saying that we don't really have to talk about this child whom you are bringing up on MWANGO, because whatever she did earlier was a prank. It was not reality. So you don't have to dig into that. Just correct her current situation in Poland. If you don't do so and you begin bringing up a child who may not be there, it will break her family in Poland. I was like, okay. So at least I should expect Max One to now cooperate well with the MWANGO, with the MARWA, with Devi Jr. and the rest of you in Nyabohanse. Please unite and build Nyabohanse. And if you can work together and do this charity, the better for you. But now the problem is everybody wants to collect from that charity. That is why it is not possible to work together and then do their changes. Because when you look around at the people who still need help, not just even Nyabohanse, all over the world, there are so many, so many. And so if there are people out there who are willing to help Marwa, why can't we continue doing the necessary? So I want to bring here something. I just want to open my channel on the computer because once I was buying those bundles to sustain me for the 30 minutes I'm targeting, it happened that I cannot now see the charts so that I can say hi to whoever is watching and such a thing. People will think I'm ignoring them when in reality it's just a mess. Yes. So here we are. So let's check on this, We have a lot of fake pressure that Marwa is creating around Ogutu's marriage. Because what I understand in Africa, people don't necessarily marry with a lot of things. Whatever you have, you actually go ahead and do as such. And of course, the other day, Marwa was telling us that a real person who really wants to get into a marriage will just go. They don't have to demand for so much. Marwa said that there is once a woman who came and Ogutu rejected her because she looked like she knows too much. I was like, what exactly do you mean? Now in this video, Marwa came up to say that he hopes the woman will come and will like the place. And we've seen, I don't know whether he has proceeded, but you have seen the thumbnail. It is showing a kind of a rather younger woman than I expected. But anyway, it is what it is. Maybe she wants to be a relative to Marwa, who knows? Because Marwa said that if you want to be my relative, Ogutu is right there. And of course, this lady has shown up with around 3 kids, right? I saw in the thumbnail, Marwa has shown us that. In fact, the premium is going on. And I really would have, I've watched it a little bit up to some minutes, then stopped. But I don't know, maybe it will show up later. But what I'm trying to say is, if you look at the videos that Marwa has done, almost 4 videos, creating a story around Ogutu. He started like a joke, by the way, while at his villa. Then after the joke, he came up to say he's parading Ogutu in readiness for marriage. Then he took us to that home, that house, the abandoned house, I can call it so. And after that, he now began to tell us that Ogutu has to create his own life. He told us the history of former prison life and how he came out, found the wife having gone with 5 kids, and one died on the way. I was like, Ogutu, how did you know all this? If you know all this, it means you are still in communication with this lady. I don't know why Marwa says he doesn't know much about it, but I think it's something they understand. And if these kids are there, why is it that so many people, like I saw Dancing Grandma, before their wedding with this guy, Amwita, we saw the entire family coming. Why is it that in this one, we can't even have the kids of Ogutu coming? Ogutu says that the first one studied up to around somewhere. The other one got became a mother while in school and something like that. But the boy actually passed on. May his soul rest in peace. So Marwa has shown us the video and told us that he has to build a bridge for Ogutu so that whenever they want to visit his home with the wife, they find it easy. So the bridge is being prepared right here. It will be done here.
Strong posts here from here to the other direction. Why? Because now that my uncle will be staying on the other side, and his wife, and they would want to come this side. So they need at least a bridge. Okay, they need at least a bridge. So I'll try my very best to put a bridge. People are really calling me. The camera in my hand.
So remember, people are really calling him, and he had sent a lot of boys to go collect the visitors. I was like, why the big event? Anyway, 10 kgs of rice were bought. There were some items, especially utensils, which were bought. They also had to buy some other stuff and parade them somewhere outside Ogutu's home. And Ogutu was like, I'm so appreciative to the people who have donated. I'm so thankful. And MARWA immediately told us that he's going to build a 2-bedroom house for Ogutu. And we are like, okay, kudos. But Donatos, you are being informed. This is your project. So MARWA came about and said that this house has to be done. And because he wants every year at least a house to be done in Nyabohanse, then that will happen. See here, he said something of that sort here. Let me just check. It was around here.
So that sound is a scare sound. It scares
Not here.
them. Because that is the sound. $700 to be like our private carpenter, you know. Like we had an agreement for a year. Anytime we need to do anything to do with carpentry, he would help them as a nephew, as much as I can. Nandaga, I saw you tried calling me. Sorry, since yesterday. Huh? Oh, this is my nephews. Sorry, how are you? I'm fine. Hii kesho itafunikwa na iekewe nini. This one tomorrow will cover it up, and also we do the wall. Wacha nisalimie mgeni. Wako hapa? Watu wamekula? I'm told everybody has eaten, people have celebrated. Let's see what is going on.
Okay, so of course Masoda has to be in the picture, and the goat must be there. That is Nyabohanse for you. Nyabohanse tributes, yes? No party can go without a goat soup. I don't know whether it's boiled this time round, because Ogutu is normally the one who cooks sometimes, but now this time round, and again, we have had this uncle. Oh my God, why am I forgetting his name? This other funny uncle normally also cooks and makes a lot of noise, but more so in videos that are being done by MWANGO. Now that MWANGO is not there, where is he? Because he's supposed to be preparing goat's soup right here. And then I thought, like, why is Dorina not here to also usher in the guests and also Peri? So the ceremony is proceeding, but the toilet will be covered later. Remember. I can't forget the drama that happened at MWANGO's construction site. People turning into the plantations, the maize plantations, and the neighbor had to complain before Murimi's toilet came up, and then suddenly, it was complete, as he says, Mama Yangu. Finally, there was a lot of drama. I can recall those times. Very funny moments, right? Now, here we are. Guests have arrived. Everybody has to witness Ogutu finally ushering in the young lady. And of course, the goat has to be slaughtered. People have to take soup and rice. 10 kgs were bought. Of course, I hope some was spared for the family because hard times ahead. Remember, MARWA said that everybody must be on their own. At least he has to get his own space, and he no longer shares food with people because they tend to look down upon him sooner or later. So there's a lot of pressure actually that MARWA has placed on this marriage. I don't know for whatever reason. Is it for Donato's reason, for subscriber reason, for content reason? I don't understand, because he has had to post around 6 different videos talking about this preparation for marriage. I'm like, a marriage whereby you don't need a wedding and all that should be even a secret affair. But it has been placed so much in the limelight that MARWA is also announcing a lot of stuff that people don't want to hear in public, they may actually be comfortable to listen to that when they are totally aware, not aware that it's being shared in public. So Marwa has been urging the uncle to change the bed, or whether this bed will do this and what, like talking about the acquisition of the radio because of this and that, all that I cannot actually share. I cannot share openly on this channel. And I found that very funny, because I was like, the relationship between an uncle and a nephew in this place. Anyway, maybe, is it because he's not a biological uncle, or why? Because in African situation, maybe let me talk about my culture. I don't share the culture with Marwa, so maybe it's different. You don't really go talk about your uncle or your aunt in relation to bedroom affairs, but Marwa has been sharing openly. And I was getting surprised, because I was like, why is he actually penetrating into the privacy of what will happen? The curiosity around the acquisition of a wife and what will happen is just too much. And seeing those paraded children, I was like, I hope maybe they are going back home with their grandmother, because now with that small house, what is going to happen? But anyway, it is what it is. So here we see a parade of a lot of people, as Marwa shows us who the visitors are. Of course, the uncle I was talking about here. That is the lady.
Mimi naitwa Marwa, ndio mwenye mji hiyo. Jana tulifanya kazi nyingi sana ya kupanda haya mashamba yote unaona. So leo nimeamka tu nimechoka. Nilijaribu kukaa mchana, nikafika saa 7 nikajisikia mwili unakataa, nikaenda kulala. Karibuni. Hi. Guys, I'm introducing myself to them. Here is my aunt, sister to my dad, Mzee Ondari. Nawaambia wewe ni dada ya baba yangu. Elder sister. Yes. Hawa ndio wasichana wako. So guys, these are my nieces. Cousins, actually, cousins. Yes. This one's my cousin also. Yes. Na huyu anaitwa nani? Moi. Huyo ni dada wa huyu. This is the sister to Uncle Ogutu's wife. Yes. Anakuja sehemu nzuri, usiogope. Tutapanga tu mama.
Alright guys, so of course Marwa had done all the necessary preparations, including the hair. My goodness, and the visitors are standing right out there. Like we can see Ogutu's, not Ogutu, but Ondari's sister, and Ondari's nieces, right? And then the lady has come with about 2 kids there. And the lady comes with her sisters and the rest of the family, because they wanted to see this Nyabohanse. Nyabohanse is a popular place. But then I'm wondering, if Ondari's mother was here, what is Ondari's sister? What is the relationship between this lady and Ondari? Oh, it's because Ogutu is the brother to Ondari. So the sister had to be there, okay? I'm just trying to assess situations, okay? Yeah, so we see them all around there, the lady right there now with Uncle Ogutu.
We're gonna make a bridge and toilets this week, guys. Karibuni. Asante. Asante tena kwa yeye amefurahia kuja hapa ama kama. Ni shari nzuri. Umefurahia kuja hapa. Amuna wako. Sema ndio mara watu wote wako mlete. Because I'm asking her if she's afraid. Yes. So I'm asking her if she's more relaxed here, Karibu nyumbani. Ukiwa na kitu yoyote unaniambia, anko yuko hapa pia mimi. Jukwangu ndio hiyo. Hata hapa pande hiyo yote. So sio. Kama kuna kitu unaona mama tu hapo hivi.
All right, so after a talk and the other, of course, we had to see the entire people in the video, or rather a picture being taken of them. Ogutu finally with another family, and I'm like, where are the other 4 kids? I hope they were supposed to be here. But anyway, because it was more supposed to be a private affair, maybe that's why they never turned up. But at least the entire family of this lady has come to witness where exactly she's ending up. And I hope the promise of Marwa, after this pressure he has placed on the donators about land, and he's promising that they are going to get a 2-bedroom house for Ango Ogutu. And he has promised that he's going to pick part of his land and give it entirely to Ango Ogutu. I'm like, Ondari, you have a lot of pieces of land. You wouldn't give some to your brother all the way from Kisii? But anyway, now we have seen all those people speaking Kisii right there. Now I believe that indeed Ondari is a Kisii guy. And the entire family is here to support Uncle Ogutu to start a new life after the heavy. He talked about century, right? That he has felt like he has been unmarried for a whole century. My goodness. So the 3-bedroom is going to load up, and Marwa has promised that he is not joking. This year he's starting strong, and the house will be loading. We are waiting, Marwa. I hope it's not a false promise, and I hope you are not going to have any differences with Marwa. I saw somebody having done a video on the fact that Ango Ogutu was attacked on money, misappropriation of money. I'm not so sure about it. I didn't check, so I would not talk about it in details because that is just what I saw. The only fear I have, in case Ogutu loses loyalty on Marwa, you are done. You are done and dusted, just like Max, just like we had the other 2. Matata, there was another. I tend to forget these people so fast. The moment they leave, there was this one who used to cook so every minute, you know. If you become disloyal, woe unto you. Hey, good mom. Mr. Fruitman is telling me Ogutu can't go home to Kisii. Ondari can't go to Kisii. What do they have in common? Koher already told us they both. True. I think I believe that story. Of course, we know what even Gunmo did. Gunmo also did something that actually was a bit tragic. So they paid. Of course, they did that. They paid some people. So there's no way they are going to go back to Kisii because, again, when you look at Kisii, they don't joke. Kisii, they can burn you alive. They can actually deal with you very brutally if you are not careful, if something happens. So, of course, in Nyanza, even Western and Kisii, you do something like that, they relocate the entire family. And all that happened. So Gunmo was here. Of course, that's the one I was looking. That name disappeared from somewhere. And I was like, goat soup cannot be goat soup without Gunmo. But Gunmo is right there. Of course, we've seen him doing the introduction. He's very good at that. And I was like, where is the camera? Because he normally does that with the camera. So Lucy asked, did Uncle Ogutu do a civil marriage? No, Lucy. What we have just seen from Marwa, he has been announcing this. But of course, the Nyabohanse people don't like formalizing matters so much. Like the way Marwa did not formalize Masubos, the Gintus. It is just about come we stay, I think. And that's exactly what they are doing. The only thing they do is to create content over it because they know people will be watching. Now that people have been watching Ogutu forever, they'll want to know how things went about. So of course they did just it's not even a traditional wedding, nothing. There was no wedding, there was nothing. All they have done is just to bring the lady and escort her with a lot of family members. Marwa told us that he has sent a lot of collect, and finally we saw them parading around the house outside, and Marwa confirming whether the lady is happy to be here or not, and also promising her that in case she needs anything, she should not be afraid, because the entire place is owned by him, and he just lives around the other home. The other prominent home with the villa is his, so he can simply do it. So Vivian tells me Mosavi. Yeah, the guy Mosavi used to cook a lot in the villa, and then he disappeared. So what I'm saying, if Uncle Gutu wants everything safe for himself, if he really wants the 2-bedroom house for himself and the piece of land, loyalty must be observed to all odds. As he always said, the way Ondari says, by the way, there is so a lot of common aspects, even in terms of when they say, to confirm that Marwa is saying the truth, and they are going to adhere by that. And he should always be accountable based on the demands of Marwa. He must always be showing up when Marwa wants. Marwa is telling us that he has been planting, you know, he has been planting food for his horses the entire day, and he was tired, so that's how he slept before the visitors came, and he has come when they have eaten. But we know, all of us know, if you have been on the streets, you understand Marwa doesn't eat easily in people's homes, because he is afraid something might happen. Something might happen. Even not DeMwango, but David Jr. David Jr. also says he doesn't like eating around because he's afraid anything can happen. All right. So Vivian tells me hiyo ni content. Marwa amepata, tutakuwa tunaletewa kila siku. Hey, yeah, indeed, 100%. Lucy is also supporting the same. So he will now begin to be moving at least away from, by the way, I have noticed he's no longer doing a lot of content with Gitriba. What's happening? Can someone tell us? Because he used to do a lot of content around Gitriba. Now, of late, we are just seeing him telling us about the villa. He tells us about OGUTU. He tells about the ranch that is being built. Not ranch. Why am I saying ranch? Come on. About the horse, stables, the stables that he's constructing. He's also coming up telling us something about the sister in Poland. He brings something about, what else? The villa itself, something about that. The other day he was showing us a motorbike that was actually given to him from somewhere. He doesn't even remember which country. He knows it's from abroad. It was a gift for the wife, but he doesn't know where exactly or who gave it. And such content is what he's doing of late. So, of course, we are going to be seeing every morning he must pass by Ogutu's home and tell us that maybe today there was a lot that went on. Maybe now they should be acquiring something else. And so forth. We are expecting a lot of content. And of course, the bridge, Donatos, don't forget. He has already told us that they have to build the bridge. They also have to build the house. So the 2-bedroom house will not come without content. Content must continue flowing. He must show us that bedroom another day. He will show us that sitting room. He must show us that house from outside and say, it is dilapidated. So he will, of course, come out and say it is dilapidated. Of course, the children are not very comfortable there. If at all those children are going to remain, he'll say those children are not comfortable. We have to buy beds for them. Those kids need mattresses. Those kids need something. They need to watch a television. They need a solar panel to actually light up the home. They need some water tap. So continuation. It is a continuation of Afro Nyabohanse. It will continue. And we are going to see a lot of content. Then he goes back to the brothers Mercedes-Benz. He goes back to the brothers construction at the Nyabohanse. He may also visit the dancing grandma and say, you can see the progress, a lot of change, He comes up with things all the while. Vivian says, here on the content, of course, I've read that. Lucy is saying, Uncle Gutu is a new content. Donatos will have to build a house for Uncle Gutu. Yes, and that is why I'm saying if Uncle Gutu is wise, if he is wise, he's going to be as loyal as Daniel. You remember the Daniel that used to be at the dancing, at the brand's grandma? He must be as loyal as that guy. Holding money without consuming any. Following the script as Marwa dictates. Doing all that is, any mishap, any mistake, will mean that he lacks land and he lacks a house. And that will be unfortunate because from what I can see, it seems that Ogutu, all his life, he has wasted his life. After he came out of jail, he doesn't have a lot. He didn't do much. Because how can he show us a house that is empty the other day? I actually did that in another video. A whole house without anything. Maro was saying he's the one who was given the bed. Then we only saw a small box, a green box in the part that has been changed into a sitting room. Then, of course, Maro began to ask for people to bring out some help. And that is how they have done purchases. Of course, I should get that place. Yeah, so Vivian is saying, Ogutu hatawahi lipwa. Salary sawachan. Atafanya kazi za bure mpaka akufe siku yake. Siku yenye atadai, ndio atafukuzwa, of course. Of course, you ask for money, and yet Marwa feels like he has helped you. You are going to see the road. Before you know it, you will be on the roads and you will be saying goodbye to Nyabohanse. And he will talk so badly about you that his subscribers will support. Unfortunately, his subscribers will support whatever he says. Because, of course, he is the commando, the travel commando. The man who changed Nyabohanse. The man who introduced YouTube. So why would you be talking against such a person? That is the question. Why would you be demanding for salary when he actually made sure that your wife was paid for, they paid dowry without you struggling, and you have been surviving, you have been eating food from his pocket. They'll be reminding you all that. Unfortunately, that's exactly what they'll say. They'll say you are a very ungrateful, ungrateful person. Lucy says, Vivian, siku ile Uncle Ogutu atakosa kufanya vile ameambiwa. Na Mura watakosana alafu Mura atamuita ungrateful person. That's exactly what happens. If you mess even once, you become a very ungrateful person according to the Ondaris, generally. Ungrateful, in fact, that one becomes the title of the video. Ungrateful person, we had to send him away. Betrayal, they finally betrayed us. You warned me against Uncle, though that those are titles for DEE, not for Marwa. Marwa has a way in which he just says that he had to go away. This is why. Anyway, now let's get to our sister in Poland. I didn't want to show so much on this, but Marwa has actually created too much pressure around that marriage. Yet in Africa, you marry with what you have. If you don't have much, marry according to your, they say cut the cloth best on your, that's a proverb they normally use commonly. So our sister in Poland is just sharing too much that shouldn't be shared. Sometimes you can share some things about your life, of course, if you are a vlogger, but not everything. So subscribers have come up to remind her, and it is her team. Guys, it is her team. And I felt the same, but sometimes you can't talk about this. And if you go to her video, the video she did 20 hours ago, called Are We Going 50-50 in Our Marriage? That is the video. A lot of people dropped comments. I listened to the video, and finally, when I looked at the comments, people were like, pray for wisdom, D. Keep your marriage off social media. Another one said, D, take this from me. Something are better left unsaid. Cool down your mouth. Your chacha is too much. No hate or please lower your voice too. Another one said, D, you laugh for nothing. It is irritating. Another one said, how long did these two know each other before getting married? It seems she doesn't even know who he is because everything he says seems to be hearing it for the first time. Then that laugh, she really does off like she is uneasy with him. Gosh, I am sorry saying this, but their body language is that of two strangers. Not that of loving couple. There is zero chemistry between this husband towards his wife. He looks bored and zoomed out. Another one said, D, please, will you stop taking too much? Please try that you are so too much talking. Another one, it is not pleasant to hear him say it is you who needed a serious relationship. D, that was a shock. Stop doing videos like this in open. You know how you do things in your relationship. Now he is exposing you. To him, it is only you laughing about everything and nothing seems funny to him. Stop it, daughter. Another one said, your business is your business. Think about what you say about your life. Stop talking so much about your relationship. That is between you and him. Another one says, D, think before you answer. Another one, please D, not everything you put on the YouTube street. Discuss it privately. Another one, Peter is very brilliant. D, mind your laughter. Hey, I'm tired of reading, but the comments are just... These comments were just trying to advise MWANGO. And we as reactors, we have already told her. Of course, you normally say you expose all your life online, you don't hide anything. Is that right? I don't think so. Yes, you can be vlogging about your life, but you don't vlog everything, including going to the toilet, sleeping, waking up. You don't. You don't go vlogging everything. So, mwingine amesema, pole pole sister, your speed is too much. Slow down. Otherwise, that marriage is temporary, waste of time. That's why your brother Marwa kept telling you that respect your husband and understand each other, regardless of your career. And you have lots of money. You still need to be humble. Don't show him that you are hard nut to crack. Ooh, slow down sis. The marriage journey is still very long. Another one says, he is so sick of being video and especially this subject. Another one, Lord have mercy, something must stay private. Everything, every day, the lazy gang has something to do. Run with. Oh my God. Another one said, have some sense. You talk too much. Private things remain private. Then another one said, D, I love you, but stop chatting and laughing. It's irritating. Please keep something private. The last one I'll read. How fast on these marriage issues, sister? Slow, my dear. Just cool up. Guys, do you understand why MWANGO is running with this stuff? She couldn't wait to actually do stuff as a married woman. A married couple. Now I'm married and live in Poland. I am Mama Africa from Kenya, Nyabohanse. For you have been watching me, but now married and living in Poland. So, exactly that's what she was waiting for. And the moment has come. So, the banker must continue banker. And so many people come here and tell us, you old people stop gossiping about MWANGO. Do we gossip really? Gossip can be done behind the camera, but we do it on camera and we also follow closely her scripts. We follow closely her scripts. Vivian says, Agama Liza is losing. Mimi siku hizi niliacha kuangalia ujinga yake. Martha Kaongo says, hi. Lucy laughed at that. Now, I want us to go to her video. Now we watch her video and listen to what she's saying. Just some bits. I'm not going to bore you with the entire story. But I looked at it and I was like, Mama, congrats, mom. Congrats, mom. You missed somewhere. You are supposed to have done some schooling here because your daughter is ranting the wrong way. So let's listen to this.
I think that came later. And with you, I was like this because you were serious about being in a serious relationship leading to marriage. Previously, I never done that. Yes. Here in Europe, it's normal that even the lady, like you, of course you should pay, but then the lady comes and if she's nice, she'll be like, oh, these drinks are on me. Very normal thing. Literally always it happens.
But then you met me and you changed.
And then this thing of we don't have this thing really of buy me something. No, like I didn't hear a girl saying buy me something. Never.
Really?
Never. You know what I mean?
But I'm just so happy the fact that we met and you changed your perspective on you will pay everything because I seem serious. So guys, bottom line, if you meet a man, if at all you really mean what you're saying, because I don't appreciate when a woman or a man plays with the other one's emotions or time. Just be straightforward. If you are in for a good time, just say, you know what, me, I don't need anything serious. If you're in for something serious, just say, me, I'm in for something serious, and just mean it.
Okay, so listen at what she's ranting about. Because now people have done a lot of reactions here. Does she mean that in other relationships she never said it exactly? Or what does she mean? Did she point out that she was there for just a fun or to waste time, and now in this one she said she's serious? Because now Petor comes out and says, you are the one who said you wanted a serious relationship, which means for him, he may not have wanted that, right? But she wanted it. So he is actually exposing a lot of stuff that people didn't know. And when people come out to talk about this, there are people who will do it very nicely. And she won't like it. She will now come up with another title on the same. Anyway, it is what it is. Let's continue picking some parts just randomly out of this and see how she's trying to mess up her life, because she's just exposing too much. Too much, right?
Your words, because that really saved me, because at least he didn't treat me like he would treat the rest before. So this thing really, I felt good about it, because I was like, yeah. But at some point it was even too much, because I could even want to shop for my family, you know, like some small little things like veg, tomatoes. We could go to the market, but still it involved money. I didn't want him to do that, but still he would. That to me was such an attractive feature. Like he wanna do something, you know, as much as.
What exactly did she mean? What exactly did she mean? You know, and sometimes lies are lies, because we have been watching these videos all through. And you have been seeing her buying this stuff when she is with him, when they were in Nyabohanse. So when she comes out to be telling us this, we are like, what exactly, what point are you trying to bring out? Because it doesn't even sound right. It doesn't look okay to me. Maybe to her it is, but if all those subscribers have read from top to below, I've read about 30 people. All of them are uncomfortable with this kind of content. When reactors come and talk about it, why do people feel bitter? When we are just talking about the truth, we are critiquing her, telling her to stop, to shut up. Just shut up and do something, because she said that the Soviet village is wide, you can show a lot of things. Why can't she continue to show us things? But when you ask like that, she will be like, where exactly do you want me to show? Why can't you come out and show us that? Yeah, for me, I've already shown this and that and that. But then when you look at this stuff, it doesn't just look right. It doesn't. For me, it doesn't look right. But anyway, she continued. She chatted the entire video, laughing. But whatever she was saying was not making sense, or it was just exposing too much. If you react toward this video, you can react even 3 videos over this. I don't want to go into that, but let's just pick parts and see.
Is our flowers. So that means if I buy him flowers, he'll be like, what?
You can buy avocado instead of flowers. That's my thinking. Flowers to me is such a useless commodity. And I know you love them and all that, which is okay. I understand.
So you buy me
But
useless
for me-
commodity?
For me personally, like instead buy avocado. Why not?
This is very raw, unfiltered, unedited. My husband, so she doesn't appreciate all the gifts we bring to her. I really appreciate everybody. You know, I don't want to start mentioning names because I'll have to mention all their names, but I really appreciate they really gift me more than I've ever been gifted, really, in my whole life. So marriage is all about adjustments then. Because now it's changing, you're changing. No man ever bought me shoes. But my husband did.
Maybe I should take
He's
it back. Like, we had great gifts as a kid, but you know what I prefer over gifts? Like, there's this thing of somebody thinking I should buy something, you know, for somebody. And I prefer that person not have this feeling and don't get a present than them having this feeling and buying me present. You know what I mean?
Like you have this expectation, like
Exactly.
you have to bring it.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But we're not judging nobody.
Yeah, you be you. Yeah.
Yeah.
More power to you. But what I was talking about is, yeah. So, me looking at you, okay, are you gonna be sitting on the couch? I know I'm not sitting on the couch, but I'm after work resting. But just looking at a woman sitting on the couch and just making makeup and wigs all day or something when it comes to African girls. Like, for example, that to me is a no-no. Like, do something, you know?
Look at that now. Did you hear that? That African girls spend all the day making a wig like Piotr. Are you serious? If I look around and look at the African girls, actually, if they do that, they do for content. If you look at the people who are actually doing content out there, they'll do that, but for content. But how do you say African girls always sit somewhere on the couch just making a wig the whole day, and that is a no-no to you? What the hell is this? People are actually doing a lot of content on so many things, whether it's dancing, cooking, whatever it is. But then, I don't think there is any who sits around and makes a wig the whole day. Like, this guy demeans a lot when it comes to Africans, and I think it is MWANGO who has made him have this kind of attitude. Save us from it, Piotr. The next one came here.
Breathe in.
Breathe out. Filter.
Our dogs, you guys.
Have a child, then they will not advance. Then suddenly they are 30, 35. And then they are very empty. They become invisible. They hit the wall. They have had their best days biologically. And basically biology is for women is for men also, but
For women, it kicks in
quicker, earlier.
It's the truth.
But on the other hand, you as a woman, when you're 20, you're on top of the world in terms of the relationships.
Looks,
Yeah,
physical appearance, everything, your spirit, your
but
aura.
now they are tricked with the careers. But then you can balance everything. Balance is the key to everything, basically.
Balance,
You know?
baby, balance.
Yeah, now you get this partner, this husband at 20 years old, and then you support each other. That's what's the best, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have both. If you want career, yeah, but don't resign off relationship and marriage because you want the career and suddenly you are 35, you will never have kids, you have cats.
Look at that stupid joke. That is a stupid joke, right? You become 35 and you'll never have kids, you'll have cats, right? Is that what he said? My goodness. So, have you seen that? I've seen Vivian. Vivian is annoyed a bit. My husband, my husband, my husband. That's exactly what of late MWANGO is doing. Of course, as I said, she was waiting for the moment he will be married so that she does that kind of content. I think she's changing. She told us the other day that she will be doing content as a cook, a woman in the house doing housework, all that. And that is why she shows us chicken, cooking, eggs, and then she comes out, she shows us the house, she goes to the coup and prepares chicken, she places their sawdust and all that, then she comes back, then takes about husband and brings a question answer, or she does a reaction like any other lazy body. So Lucy says, Vivian haki siku hizi kwani hakuna mtu anaweza kumadvise. But Lucy, you realize that her subscribers are advising her every day. Some of them tell her just keep some things out of social media, but she cannot listen because she's full of herself. And this is one thing that actually put me off. from that side. I can't be there to celebrate her in all things. Yeah, there are things she has done that are a milestone, but when it comes to that part whereby she doesn't listen to people's advice and she keeps ranting about nothingness, then I can't concur with her. And also seeming like she's bragging, putting others down and all that, talking sarcastically, all those are what puts me off from her end. Vivian says, wololo naona aibu. Lucy says, hana badilika kama chameleon. Leo watakuonyesha hii. Yeah, true. Mr. Fruity Money, it makes sense. What makes sense? Many American women have cats and dogs. Oh, really? Yeah, but I was just asking Mr. Fruity, how old is the MWANGO? Anyway, I don't like discussing that part because it's very sensitive to many people. But how old is she? If Peter is coming out to say that instead of having kids, they'll have cats, I understand, as you are saying, many Americans have cats, but then I'm just asking, did he know how old the MWANGO is? Of course, the other day they began saying they have a difference of 4 years. It is their business, but then did he know?
Guys, I think the bottom line, you can all know how my husband is so passionate about family, like kids. To him, you'd rather stop the so-called career, but have a family, you know?
Who is here?
All right, so his dogs are celebrating the message. The message is back, is actually delivered in Africa or in Mama Africa. The message has been delivered. So she went on laughing and laughing, but I was like, if we come to the other end of reactors, actually, and people have been saying that she's almost 30, but she says she's in her 20s. I don't know whether it's late 20s or whatever it is. Then what exactly are we talking about? That's why I asked here about the fact that does Piotr actually understand what he's talking about or who he is talking to? You know? I don't think she's almost 38, but she must be around 30-something. I don't believe in her 20s, but I believe she's almost maybe, let's say early, maybe 34, 35. That's what I guess. That's what I guess from my end. I don't know. I'm not so sure, but I just feel that she's around 34, 35. So when Piotr is cracking such a joke, actually, it is burning within her, but she will not talk about it. The fact of many American women delay, then they reach 35, then instead of having kids, they have cats. And all the dogs began barking. I was like, what are they trying to communicate? Anyway, what are they trying to communicate at this end? Oh, Vivian says she is 38. Yesterday, Marwa told Tumbili he is 35. Everybody is 35 because, again, the same Marwa said my 35-year-old young brother is a multi-billionaire. So how can they, all of them, be 35? I think it's MWANGO is 35, then David Jr. must be now 38, and then Marwa is in his 40s, right? But age is just a number, maybe. Let's say that. I don't know. So as we come to an end of this, actually, I think people who are close to her or her team should advise her, should seriously advise her to keep some things private because the content she's doing is actually going to ruin her. I don't know. It's going to ruin her because now it is giving a lot of openings. And I don't know how maybe Piotr is going to feel about it or the entire family because, of course, they'll become interested to watch this content. So I just don't understand. But it is what it is. Somebody said, is it this guy was so much in politics. Said the other day that Kenyans were taught how to lie even in their birth certificates. I was like, are you sure? Because some people, actually, you didn't have a chance to lie because you were born and you went to school so early. People are even saying you wanted to go to school while in the stomach. So You wouldn't even lie about age and make it, because when you lie now, how will it be that you finished class when you are this? But anyway, it is what it is. So Lucy says, Vivian, hawa watu wote walibadilisha siku zao za kuzaliwa. Yeah, birth certificates, by the way, in Kenya, it is a very funny thing, just like traveling documents. If somebody has money, it's so easy for them to manipulate the environment and do whatever they want to do. So even for someone to have a birth certificate in your face and tell you that this is evidence may not be truthful. There are those who will be truthful, of course, I don't deny it, but not everybody will be truthful about that. But I don't just understand why she's not proud about her age, because it is what it is, you know? It is what it is. Even if you reduce your age, even if you become rich at 50, you are rich. That is what matters. That age is just a number. How would I begin telling myself that I am in my 20s when currently I'm stepping in my 40th year? By August, I'll be celebrating my birthday. That is on 6th August 2026. Because I was born in 1986. So why should I begin saying I am 30, I am 20? If I become rich, I'm just rich. Whether I'm 50, I'm 60, I'm 40. So I don't think there is any essence of cheating in terms of years, unless maybe they want to shock the world so that they can come out in magazines, Tuko and whatever, to appear as if they have made it at a very tender age. And so when people argue, they tell people, why are they disputing that? Is it because they are jealous? I'm like, would we be jealous about everybody in the world? Even people we have just seen on the media? How much can you be jealous to these people? But anyway, content is content. Reaction must continue. Thank you so much for showing up. Vivian showed up. Mr. Fruit Money. There was Lucy. There was who else? Let me check. There were more people, some of whom did not chat, but they were present. Monica came up. Berita Viro was here. And Mother was here. And I know there are so many other people who watched. If you are new, consider subscribing to the channel, and let's continue to react and just make, amendments here and there. Comment on things, it's fun. It's fun. It's fun. I saw Mr. Fruitmani saying, if reaction is entertainment, why do people go to dick about children when they promise not to? I was like, I think it's something about when people get to reaction, sometimes they just find some news and they're like, they have to run with it and do something. But it is what it is. Sometimes, as we said, all of us are not perfect 100%. In some situations, we need people like Mr. Fruitmani to correct us, tell us that we are doing this one which is wrong or that, or why didn't we talk about this or that. I appreciate that energy. Those messages and posts actually help us a lot as reactors. I will really appreciate that, because I learn a lot also when I keep seeing those posts from Fruit Money, and just get about to understand or even think critically about what's happening. So thank you so much. For those of you whose time is night, good night. For those who are just beginning a day, have a nice day. Let's meet again another time. So I was supposed to do a political reaction. I don't know whether I'll make it. I can see it's almost 10 and right in the night. So bye-bye. Thank you so much for the likes, the presence, and comments. Bye-bye.